friends and new friends here. It's been a long time since I started with Mastercam. Half of my life with Mastercam, 30 over years. I think some of them have been with us for a very long time. Good to see everybody. And hopefully from this MRT incident, I think we need to learn maintenance is very important. Okay, old engine, no choice. We need maintenance. Like human, we also need maintenance. We need to exercise. So please stay healthy and enjoy your lunch later and enjoy the event. Thank you.
Okay, I think a very warm welcome to Singapore Polytechnic. Okay, just coming KK will do. Just coming KK will do. I'm also the Center Director for Advanced Mechanical Center and also the School Deputy Director, School of Mechanical. Okay, I'm very glad that this event organized with TechTown, and I'm happy to hear that it's the first time that you organize with Singapore. Please do more. Please do more. Okay, one of the reasons why I'm asking to do more is if you look at the LT that when you are sitting, because of COVID, I would say that 100% of our last time face-to-face LT lecture is all turns into flipped learning. Okay, what it means to say, in fact, the time that we probably interact with students more during the tutorial. So the LT here is underutilized. So I'm glad to have this event to organize with TechTown. Please do more. Okay, hopefully we'll have it for this year. Okay, I just want to share something about Singapore Poly, and I believe that some of you who have even graduated from Singapore Poly. Okay, I myself graduated from Singapore Poly as well. So it's nice for me to come back and teach, to come back to contribute in SP. I'll share a bit about Singapore Poly and also about the school. And at the same time, Advanced Mechanical Center, what we are doing here and how to work with a company in the transformation. And last part is actually our SP ALJ. Okay, just some background. SP being a very established poly, we actually established in 1954. And this year itself, we are celebrating our 70th anniversary. It's a very big poly. If you can see the number, 38 hectares. It's about 35 football field. This big, very large poly. We have about 13,000 full-time students. And if you were to look at this number, 10%, actually about 10% of baby cohort go through SP education. We need to say that if you were to talk to any one of you who have graduated from SP, okay, we have 10 full-time, 30 full-time diploma, and we have 10 schools in SP, and I come from School of Mechanical and Nautical Engineering, and we have about 250 graduates. So every time when we visit industry, definitely there will be someone from SP that we can talk to in the company because we have already graduates, okay, alumni. Thanks for highlighting. We are celebrating 70 years anniversary. Actually, the whole year we are celebrating. You can see that we have this workwear seminar now on 17 April. If you can see carefully, there's a SP 70 shows here. This shows that whole year we are celebrating. And recently, we just have our charity night. We are able to gather about 2.6 to help needy students. So this is one of the events we help in the help on 12th of July. Okay, just to share a bit on SP vision, we used to focus a bit on PT. That means to say that train our students very well, okay, especially for being a mechanical school in engineering. But since 2020 onwards, MOE given us 2 additional missions. That is CET, which stands for Continual Education and Training. Now we have a big mandate that is important, is to churn out good CET course to upskill workforce. At the same time, there's also another big bubble we call industrial engagement. I think you probably also can sense that actually nowadays poly for the last 5 years, we are very aggressive talking to industry. That is also because we have a big mandate from MOE to help company in this transformation to work closely with the industry. Okay, I think there's a figure on the right hand side. There's a green flag. Being a step up like SP, sustainability is something that we cannot ignore. Okay, and we have a very ambitious goal. By 2030, we will want want to reduce our greenhouse gas emission up to 60%. That's a lot. And we have the infrastructure in place to meet this goal, which is 60% reduction. Okay, I'll talk a bit about this school of mechanical. That's where with the school, Mr. Douglas is our new school director. The school itself, we have 3 main diploma. Okay, be with a mechanical aeronautical engineering, diploma in mechatronics and robotics, diploma in mechanical engineering. We also have a common engineering program. Okay, what this common engineering program does is, students who probably don't have any much idea, any particular interest of mechanicians, they can join our common engineering program in the first semester. Hopefully they have some idea what is being taught in the mechanical or even in the school of AAA, and then thereafter they can decide okay, where they want to go to. And we also have a part-time diploma, where this part-time diploma in engineering actually lasts about 2.5 years. We have a lot of upgraders from IT join this part-time diploma. Maybe just more for career progressions, okay, progression. And we also offer a specialist diploma, which lasts about 1 year. Okay. And the school itself, we also administer more than 40 courses. If you were to look at some of these courses and pretty aligned with what industries are doing, with SolidWorks, even with Power BI. Okay, so these are the courses that we think that could be useful for company to upskill the workforce. And we also have a study program. The school, being a school, so every staff, including me, is also grouped in one of the competency groups. Okay, for me, I'm actually under the modeling and simulation, and that's where we support the industry. I think with this, I think we understand very clearly, because each school is expected to come up with this roadmap. And from this roadmap, we build the capability and we can identify areas that we can work closely with the industry. I think this guide us quite a bit helpful in the school. So that's where we have a competency group in our school. And we also have a center and a strategy partner to work with. Okay, next. Okay, I'll just go straight to our AMC, that stands for Advanced Manufacturing Center. Okay, our mission is to work closely with SME, and hopefully we can upskill the workforce as well. And I'm glad that we have many partners working with us for the past few years. Okay, as you can see from here, recently, even Microsoft also deployed their Business Central in our center. Okay, this is also pretty aligned what industries are using to their enterprise. As for domain expertise, we have for digitalization for short form, robotic automation, autonomous robot, discrete-based simulation, and digital fabrication. Okay, just to share some projects that we worked for in our center. Okay, so we start off with the iCollect. If you were to go to ICA, this machine not to dispense money, but actually to dispense the passport. So the robotic mechanism is actually done at the center. And in 2025, we have the first robotic center that help to dispense water dispensing. And these are the unit, this system is still continue working in KKH. Okay, it's actually dispense water more than 4,000 waters with 80 different shapes and dimensions. And in 2018, we also deployed ASRS to Congo Polyclinic. So some of the milestones that we done for the industry. I think during the COVID lockdown, if you were to go to Plaza Singapore, you can come across this coffee barista. It's actually by Cross Coffee. In fact, the first prototype is done in the center, okay, in 2020. And quite glad that this company Sassoon has ventured quite well and also into Japan. And we also did quite a bit of AMR during the COVID time. What you see here, this video is actually for these aquaculture industry, every day they have to do water sampling, and this is not sustainable. So what we do is we actually deploy this AMR to do water sampling, take out the water and bring to a central area to do water analysis. So this is one of the projects that we deploy AMR for the aquaculture industry. And self-service secure, we did it with companies secure for the MOM. It's actually a self-service ground. Just imagine a lot of workers have come to Singapore. So we try to design such a way that non-invasive, that means to say that we can get in one and can get all the biometric data captured. Okay. Can probably watch a short video.
The Singapore Polytechnic Advanced Manufacturing Center has created an innovative product for the Singapore Examinations and Assessment Board, the Automated Booklet Accounting and Slitting Machine, ABSM. This machine automates the previously manual process of checking and slitting exam booklets, reducing errors and boosting efficiency. Traditionally, checking student names against booklet numbers and then cutting the booklets was a slow, error-prone task. The ABSM changes this by using advanced code recognition and measurement technology to handle up to 10,000 scripts daily, turning days of manual work into just a few hours of automated processing. Scripts are pre-loaded into cassettes and fed into the ABSM. The machine separates, accounts for, and processes each script with precision. The ABSM eliminates common errors such as misfeeds, multiple feeds, and extra sheets. A smart camera system ensures that each student's barcode matches the booklet QR code, flagging any discrepancies for a human operator to review. Finally, the ABSM cuts the bindings of the scripts and sorts them into boxes for digital processing. Its combination of a camera-based accounting system and innovative feeding mechanism sets a new benchmark for automation. The ABSM demonstrates how Singapore Polytechnic Advanced Manufacturing Center is using innovation solutions to make exam booklet processing more efficient and accurate.
Okay, what this machine does is, just imagine that your kids will be having your ASLD this year. So the booklet, answer booklet will send to SCND. And in today, SCND is trying to go towards online marketing. And the way to do it is they need to scan every pages. So this machine with the booklet fit into the machine, and get the so-called spine, get it cut off. And then after go to the output to get it online scanning. So that is what this machine is doing. It's going to be in operation because I guess PSLC is just around the corner, and we imagine the booklet comes to the SAB and subsequently this machine will be used. Okay, so we are deploying this to SAB and trying out this system there. Okay.
The Singapore.
Okay, I'm glad that we have an SKS staff working in the center. As you can see here, so one question usually an industry asks us is, do you have a full-time engineer working on the industry project? My answer to you is yes. In fact, we just recruit 3 full-time research engineers working in the center. Then it shows that our commitments to working with the industry to work together with you. Yeah, let's go to the last point, which is SPA Advanced Manufacturing Learning Journey. I would say that actually this advanced learning journey, later you can experience after lunch to go through this KLJ. We actually co-create this learning journey with Kusuk. That is because I think about 2018, when Singapore came out with this Smart Industry Readiness Index, a lot of companies don't know what is Smart Industry Readiness Index, they only know about iPhone series. It's basically a framework and tools used to guide company in a transformation. And we co-create this journey with Kusuk and get it launched in October 2020. And that was during the difficult time, that was during the COVID time. And I'm quite glad to share some figure with you. If you look at the left figure at the left side, for slightly more than 3 years, we have hosted more than 2,400 visitors, 874 companies, and 722 are unique companies. And you see the number here, 79. In fact, these are companies that came to our AMLJ more than 2 times. In our record, there are companies that came here 5 or 6 times. So definitely there's value in our AMLJ. Hopefully later you can go through, see what we are doing in the area for I4 or 0. Okay, I think SP nowadays we not only talking about short courses to help the upscale the workforce. We also have something called the CWP. Later, my colleagues from IMP will share a bit on this CWP. Okay, basically what it does is it look into the lead analysis, strategy, growth mapping, and process redesign for a company. Okay, I think these are something quite useful. Not only looking at the upscale workforce, how can SP like us help company in their transformation. So I'm hoping that we can share a bit more in this area. Okay, I hope you have a good good to stay here in SP and hopefully learn something from this Mastercam rollout, and I hope to catch up with you. Okay, thank you.
So hello everybody, good morning again. Welcome to our 2025 Rollout event. I'm Hans from TechTown, the application engineer. So today we can tell a lot of new faces, but a lot of loyal users and old friends as well. So before we start, I want to use this chance to go through some advantage from Mastercam as well. So let's do a quick poll. For you, if you know what is dynamic motion, please raise your hand. Few? Only few? Really? Okay, so if you use dynamic motion to do your job or parts, please raise your hand. Okay, if you know, most likely you are using. And second question, do you know what is accelerated finish? Anyone know accelerated finish? Oh, that's hurt my heart. Okay, so let's go through this. First, we start with dynamic motion. The dynamic motion is the technology from Mastercam help you to do roughing process. When you do the roughing, you will think about the tool might broken or wear easily, and that's most because the heat. So what will create the heat? It might be your physical contact with the material, or maybe it's the tool path is not good. So let's dive in. When you see the tool wear out, why? Most likely, you are heating up the tip of the tool, so the coating is gone, then the tool damage easily. Okay? So the other main reason will be the contact zone. When you contact the material at a corner, a big contact, and suddenly you raise the loading and raise the heat, then your tool die. So for dynamic technology, that is the patent technology for Mastercam, means that's only owned by Mastercam. Other brands cannot have it. They cannot use the name. Okay? You already have it, the technology that you already have inside your Mastercam package. You don't need to pay extra to gain this benefit. So if you know it, use it. If you don't know it, learn today and try to apply. Okay? The last one is precise radio chip signaling control. What's that mean? In the market, there's a lot of similar tool paths. They all called trochlear movement. You will move your tool rotationally to touch the material, so that all looks similar. However, dynamic have our benefit, our stronger points. I will go through today. Traditionally, you will use the straight movement for pocket, and that is not good. So let's talk about why it is not good. In dynamic motion, we try to calculate the tool path and make sure every time when tool touch the material at the same size. If you touch by the same size, means every time you cut the slice with the same condition, the cutting condition maintained. The benefit when you maintain the condition means your spindle loading the same, your heat generation the same. Everything should be the same. Means your coating might not lose easily. If your coating maintained, your tool will not wear that fast. So generally, your tool life will getting longer, the cutting will be more smooth because you don't need to change the tool for your roughing process. The other idea is you try to cut thinner step over, and you try to cut as step as possible. So because you bring the feed rate to upper movement, in the end, the material removal rate actually increase. So this is what it looks like on a real machine. You will see the cutting is very light. The chips are seen and the heat go away with the chips. The tool will always cool, the parts will always cool. And yes, this is the video for dry cutting condition. If you cut thicker, you cut more aggressive, you can on the coolant, then you got even better performance. Okay? So that's the concept when we want to bring in. We try to cut small offset with the big cutting depth. That will extend your tool life, increase material remove rate, reduce the tool wear and damage, low spindle cutting loading, and in conclusion, increase your productivity. You can cut more material in the same time. So why we want to bring in the dynamic motion? Thanks for previous points, you can have higher productivity. However, you need the software, you need the computer system to calculate where will be the good tool path. After the calculation from our software, you can apply this on all the complicated geometries. So no matter what shape of your part, you can apply it. And this will keep your tool best cutting environment. So we try to maintain or constrain the cutting situation. Then your tool will last longer. In conclusion, you can reduce the cycle time, 25 to 75% of the cycle time for roughing process. You can extend the tool life. You can let the machine do the job easier because the spindle loading actually reduces. And the hard material is easy to cut because different material you can set different parameters, and no matter that is Inconel or titanium, you can all apply it. The last one is you get machine work out more for you. So the same machine get more money. Here is the example how it looks like on the 2D machine. Smooth and quick. We use the same concept apply on a lathe machine as well, but you need to have a bowl nose tool. The same concept. You only need to change the tool, you can gain the benefit for roughing process. Okay. Next, we talk about the acceleration finishing. Acceleration finish is the technology benefit by the tool. So we talk about tool first. When you want to do a 3D finishing, generally we will find a ball and mill, and the ball is same radius of your tool diameter, and you need to have a small step over to form the surface. So serially, if you have the bigger contact radius, then your step over can be bigger, right? In order to benefit by this idea, you need the special tool. This tool called the circle segment tool. So this tool will help you to create or shape the contact radius at least 1.5 times of your tool diameter, and maybe they can go up to 187 times. So let's make an example. If you find a diameter 16 mil tool, the contact radius for ball end is 8 millimeter. However, in the market, the special tool you can find a radius for 1,500 millimeter for your contact point. So let's bring down the sample here. If you use the 10 millimeter tool with ball end, if you apply a 0.5 step over, your surface quality will be this number, 1.22 mil. However, if you find a better tool, you increase your step over 3 times, your surface flatness is better. So just change the tool. Then you can benefit by this technology. And yes, you will need a 5-axis machine. However, 5-axis machine is very common in Singapore. So if you got a machine, go for the tool and apply Mastercam. You already pay for your multi-axis license. Here is the cutting concept. You can see how big is the step over by a photo. So if you can find a good tool, then you can save your cycle time. Here is a very classic idea. When we first introduced this, we try to apply on a single blade. So left-hand side is the bow nose, right-hand side is the spatial tool. Let's see the video when they start at together. You will see the bow and mill actually run by faster feed rate and spindle speed. However, the stayover is too small, so they take a lot of time to do a little bit for the finish. Right-hand side, only few minutes, you already do a lot. So in conclusion, for this finishing process, you save about 77% of the cycle time. So for the users, you already have multi-axis machine, go for it. This is the video to show you how you combine these two technologies. You will start with the dynamic motion, do the roughing process. We try to cut the depth as much as possible, use full flow of your tool. And you can see the chips fly out were always the same. If the chips fly out are always the same size, the same color, the same condition, means we maintain the cutting condition. Your tool spindle will always with the same loading. Your tool will always under control for the heat generation. So this will be the sweet spot when you cut the material. You will see this is the 3D parts. So we got the 3D version for dynamic motion we call OptiRough. This OptiRough will cut the material as much as possible for the big step, then retract the tool a little bit to form the 3D shape. You can see here, actually they have a big step, but later you will know here at the bottom already have some 3D shape. So we will retract the tool little by little to form the rough 3D surface area. After you've done the roughing process, you need to do the finishing. We call the barrel tool in. When the barrel tool in, you can notice how big is a cut, how big is the offset. Here you see. So this finishing surface, actually you can finish in few minutes. However, you use the bow and mill might need 10-20 minutes. So this a lot of difference. Again, if you have multi-axis, you have 5-axis machine, try to use it. You already own the technology. Don't waste it. Okay, so after you finish the process, let's take a close look. How is the service quality? The service quality should be very good. So we apply this on SP's NT machine. The demo parts already outside at the front door. In the afternoon, we will have a machine running for this process. So you will get the idea how it looks like. So that's the biggest benefit if you use Mastercam. And those functions you already have inside the system. The dynamic motion for rough and accelerated finish for finish. However, when you do a part, rough and finish is not enough. You will need the deburr. A lot of factory, they deburr manually, and that causes error or human problem, damage the part, then you got a scratch part. So this year, we introduced the deburr 3-axis to help you to apply that even on a 2D or 3D module. In the past, we only have multi-axis deburr, but from this year, 2025, you can apply it from 3D. Then, we officially get into the feature highlights for 2025. Oops, my bad. Yeah, 2025 now is coming out. We will launching in a short time. So each year, each version, we got a lot of improvement. However, we don't have enough time to cover everything. So today, I pick out some highlight features and introduce you today. So maybe you can take in mind which feature or process is most benefit for you. And you might can compare what is your current practice and the process right now. Let's directly get into the meal parts. So the first, I will introduce the brand new function, Deburr 3-axis add-on, then follow with 2D, 3D, multi-axis highlights. First, we will talk about deburr. Again, every part needs the deburr. If you want to use deburr in Mastercam from old versions, you need to have multi-axis license. But this year, we put the add-on in 3-axis or 2-axis. Then you can benefit for it. Why you will need it? Because like this kind of 3D edge or feature on a 3-axis machine, Mastercam were not able to create a toolpath in the past for 2D or 3D package. But this year, we are able to do it. So let's see how to do it.
The Mastercam deburr toolpath streamlines your finishing process, allowing you to easily deburr your parts while still on the machine. Up until now, this functionality was only available to 5-axis customers, even if it was a 3-axis application. With Mastercam 2025, we've introduced a new deburr 3-axis add-on. This allows you to take advantage of our streamlined deburr cycle for 3-axis machining without the need for a multi-axis license. Let's take a look. We'll start by selecting the deburr 3-axis toolpath from the 3D group on the Toolpaths tab. Similar to its 5-axis counterpart, once we select a supported tool, such as this 10mm ball nose, we'll select the entire part for our machining geometry. The deburr 3-axis toolpath simplifies the deburring process through automatic edge detection. And since we have selected the entire body to deburr, let's select these holes as excluded edges, as we'll add those chamfers as part of a separate drilling process. With our edge shape and other parameters okay as is, let's move on to tool axis control. For our tool axis, notice we're set to 3-axis. And for our other settings, let's ensure our height is set to user-defined at a value of 75, and we'll click OK. Now, let's simulate this deburr 3-axis toolpath and see how it looks on our finished part. As we see, we have nice edge breaks all around the part. As you can imagine, this toolpath greatly simplifies your 3-axis deburring needs. It's important to note that the deburr 3-axis toolpath is suitable for both 3 and 3+2 axis strategies, and is available as an add-on to Mill 3D, Router, and Router 3D customers. Please contact your reseller if you have any questions.
Okay, so that is the brand new add-on. The deburr 3-axis not only can do the deburr from top. If you have undercut situation, you can apply it as well. So this part we put outside as well. In the afternoon, you will have chance to directly see that on the machine. So again, the video told you we can apply on 3+2 job. So those users only have 4+1 or 3+2 machines. You only use Mastercam 2D or 3D license, you can do the job. However, when you face to the deeper problem, you need the multi-axis. Now, you can apply the add-on, then you can use 2D and 3D license to run your 3+2 machine. So you don't need the simultaneous toolpath to do it. So here, we have a comparison for 3-axis and multi-axis. 3-axis debug actually is the specialized constraint function from multi-axis. You will see if you apply 3-axis, only 3-axis machining type. And for the tool, we only support ball and mill and lollipop for up and undercut. If you have multi-axis debug, that's more powerful feature. You will have other combination of axis movement. You have more tools can use as well. For flat and mill, bore and bowl, you can not only use the tool tip to do it, you can use the side of the tool as well. For chamfer and taper, you will use the taper area. For lollipop and dovetail tool, can do the undercut feature. So some user tell us, we only have 2D, we do simple jobs, but why you need a debug? If you apply a debug on a plate, the plate drill the hole, you only need to do by one direction. However, if you want to debug manually, you will take a lot of time. Let's see, if you want to debug on the machine, you will need all kind of special tools. However, if you use the lollipop, it's fast. The lollipop combined with Mastercam toolpath, you can do upper and undercut. This spend less time to finish the job. If you got a lot of holes on one plate, then you get the benefit. So that's all for the debug. Next we talk about dynamic finishing pass for the new version. Dynamic is introduced a decade ago. We try to improve the process, improve the functions every version, and try to help the users to use the feature more easily. So this year, we add the finishing pass, and let's see what is that.
Mastercam's dynamic toolpath functionality has been a game changer in the world of manufacturing, reducing cycle times, increasing tool life, and minimizing wear and tear on your machines. With Mastercam 2025, we've continued to enhance this toolpath motion with the addition of finish passes. Let's see how it works. During a dynamic toolpath, the tool engages into the cut, removes material, and then exits out of the cut. On this outside wall, we might see tool marks as the tool repeatedly re-engages with material. With Mastercam 2025, we have a new section for finish passes, which can help clean up these marks. Let's turn on finish passes and leave 0.5 millimeter for one finish pass. As expected, we have many of the typical finish pass settings, including whether you want spring passes, overriding the feed rates, and even the cutting method and compensation time. We also have our extensive set of lead-in and lead-out settings, which current users will recognize to help control how the tool enters and exits the finishing pass. Once we regenerate the toolpath with our finish passes enabled, we see that we now have additional toolpath motion cleaning up the wall and removing the remaining material. Because of the dynamic toolpath motion, there are scenarios where the tool might not completely remove the material in tight corners. This is due to the toolpath radius as well as the general shape of the geometry being cut. Since a finishing toolpath in this scenario could be unsafe, we added a minimize burial option to keep the tool from over-engaging. This this new feature is available in both 2D dynamic mill and area mill toolpaths. As you can see, this enhancement will streamline your programming process when working with these popular toolpaths.
Okay, so let's recap the function. If you use 2024 and before versions, dynamic roughing is independent process. There's no finish feature inside. From 2025, we add in the finish pass. You can define how many pass you want, sprint pass, or override the feed rate and spindle speed for the finishing process. Then you got the ability to do the finishing inside the same operation with the same tool. If you want to separate the tool, then you need to create a new option. So sometimes, due to our setting, the small region you might cannot roughing at the beginning, so finishing might got a dangerous movement. We add the minimize bureau function to help you to maintain the finishing pass is only do the roughing area and will not get into the material and broken the tool. So that's the benefit from this year. Next, we will talk about the treadmill. We add a lot of new features for treadmill. Let's see.
Thread milling has a lot of advantages over traditional tapping cycles, such as better thread tolerances, better tool life for common materials, and a need for fewer tools to cut the same range of hole sizes. Users have been asking for more advanced control over the lead moves for thread mill. So starting in Mastercam 2025, it has received numerous updates. Let's take a look at these new features. In the tool page, we can see that we now have a tool edge feed rate checkbox. Now, the posted code will output at a feed rate at the tool edge instead of the center of the tool. This matches many tool manufacturers' recommended feed rates, so users don't have to calculate it. The next enhancement is on the cut parameters page. In addition to displaying cutting direction, we now have a spindle direction display for a quick visual confirmation for the user. Over in the lead in and lead out page, there are now discrete controls for the line length on the entry and exit. There are also checkboxes to plunge after first move and retract before last move to turn cutter compensation on and off. We also have a feed and speed override on entry, which helps with the initial engagement of the tool into the material. And lastly, we added a gradual lead in and out for better engagement and tool life. This parameter will be a percentage of a minor of an ID thread and a major of an OD thread before the engagement starts. These new controls for Mastercam's thread milling are a great improvement for toolpath efficiency. Tool wear will be reduced, and cutting conditions will more closely match parameters specified by the tool manufacturer. Download Mastercam 2025 and try out these changes today.
So if you're afraid your tapping tool will broken inside the parts, treadmill is a very good function. This year we add a lot of new features in to constrain or improve the feed rate, to show the cutting condition in cut parameters, and more lead-in out sections. We will move to the next one, 2D and 3D graphic plans. In 2024, we start to implement this in a drill cycle. However, 2025, we apply this for all the 2D and 3D process. Let's see our Northwest reseller tell you what is that.
With visual linking. What do I mean by visual linking? Well, if you remember in 2024, we got these great little markers on screen that visually show us what our linking parameters are doing. This gives you a great bird's eye view into your program because now you can quickly see with a glance where your toolpaths go. And it's great because it's a by feature. I can really see what each feature is doing when I have this set to incremental. So now, if we take a look at this in 2025, if I look at any toolpath such as a 2D or 3D toolpath, in this case I have an OptiGraph, there are different pages that will show you something similar. For instance, in an OptiGraph, we have Steam Shower. When those are enabled, you can see the minimum depth and maximum depth markers right on screen. So that is a really useful addition to this toolpath. It's going to make it much how my steep shallow works here. But this is great for any 2D or 3D toolpath because it really gives me, again, that bird's eye view of exactly what's happening for my part.
So this feature helps you to know where is your depth setting or cutting zone. That would be easier for your programming. You don't need to go out to backplot and see where is the tool and where you cut. Inside the operation, you can see you can active or deactivate the display for the planes. When you activate the planes, in linking, you'll see 1-for-1 is displayed with the color coding. So that's very easy to see or know your cutting setting. That's the 2D highlights. Now we move into 3D. The 3D highlights we want to talk about is OptiRough uniform state downs. So we have talked about the 3D version of dynamic motion, the OptiRough. When we try to maximize the step down, the system will just follow your order, try to maximize step down. However, the final depth sometimes will become too small. This thin wall actually is not good for our dynamic movement. This year, we add the function called the uniform step downs. You'll see they will do a recalculate and find what is the maximum step down they can do and equal the steps for each process. And that will be easier for your roughing process. Next, we move to multi-axis functions. The first one we want to talk about swath milling with flank and tip. And let's see a demo. What is that?
The first one I want to do is this orange face over here. You can see the kind of multi-axis chamfer that we have going on. Now what I want to do is make that essentially a swarf toolpath so it's very easy to control. To do that, what I'll do is go to my toolpaths and open up swarf milling. I'm going to use a chamfer mill for this demonstration because before we had this update, if you tried to use a chamfer mill, it would do the swarfing above the corner where the edge comes into contact with the shaft or the shank. So now we can actually use the tip of that tool instead. So I'll select that. In the cut pattern, I'm going to select all of those faces as my geometry. They are colored, so I'm going to use my color selections here. Select everything for me, make it easy. Then I'm going to turn on my guide curves. I'll select my upper here. I'm using a shift click to get around everything quickly. And my lower is there. My strategy here under advanced control, shortest distance should get me a pretty clean chamfer. Tool axis control fully unlocked at 5 axis. Everything else here should be pretty good. I do want to make sure I'm using some lead in here. So I'll go ahead and turn that on. After we green check, what we should get is a simple swarf toolpath that can go around this part using the tip of the tool. So we see the tool come in and then follow along this entire feature very nicely. Now, of course, depending on fixturing and what's actually reachable, we may need to break this up a little bit. But you can see that this creates a very nice and smooth toolpath all around the part. Let's look at another example. If we take a look at this piece in here, there's another chamfer that's kind of a tealish one. So what I'm going to do now is go and open up another swarf mill. This time I'm using this end mill, which, if we take a look at it, has a chamfer on the end of it. So using this tool, my cut pattern, again, I'm using my select by colors, and it's that green color there. I'll do the same thing with my guide curves for my upper and lower rail. Just shift click those together. And everything else here should be pretty good. Let's green check. Now if we put this in the back plot, we can see how the chamfered end of this tool can cut that really, really nicely. Excellent. So there's a couple new ways that we can use swarf milling now that we can use the tip of the tool.
So when you try to do a chamfer on a complicated part, if you face to this small corner fillet, a tool side, you need to use a very small tool to avoid the collision. Then the projection will be long. Then they cause a lot of other problems. Today, you can use chamfer tool, use the taper area to do the chamfer process. So if you got the flat end mill with chamfer treatment, it's just like a special chamfer tool, you can use it as well. So next, we will talk about the new function as well, the contact point display. In Mastercam, when you do 5-axis toolpath, when we display, the blue lines show the tooltip location. If you use the tool, you might think about how is it with your surface, because the tooltip is not located on the surface. It's not a 3D job. So if you go to the display setting, active the tool containment points, you will see the green points present the contact point from the tool and surface. So if you off the tool tip display, you will see the contact point is very consistent offset, and this will give you a good idea where you cut, where you touch. Next, we will talk about the safety zone for hole making. So this one, they contain a lot of new features, and let's see how this looks like.
Safety zone for hole making in Mastercam 2025 has been overhauled with a new algorithm for improved transition movement. This has allowed us to introduce some new parameters so users have more control over transition motion. Let's take a look. Safety zone will now use a mesh in the background for all defined shapes in the safety zone panel for the linking calculation. The ability to edit the vectors with respect to the safety zone shape results in better tool angle motion for linking moves. These new parameters in the safety zone page includes a linear tolerance value, a blending distance, and smoothing distance values. Users can now tailor their linking motion to be safer, smoother, and more accurate. Safety zone feed rate now also includes a check against the machine definition minimum and maximum feed rate limits. If a feed rate outside of the limits defined in the machine definition is entered in a field, a text box pops up warning the user that the requested feed rate is beyond the range specified in the machine definition. These new updates in Safety Zone for Mastercam 2025 allow for more efficient and intelligent motion, and the additional controls allow users to tailor their tool linking motion to better fit their needs.
Yeah, this new feature actually got a lot of parameters and settings inside. I just don't go that deep. I will finish my meal highlights here. So these are the functions I have covered today. Maybe there are some of the functions can benefit your future practice. Next, we will move to lace improvement. So lace improvement this year, I want to highlight 3 functions, and all of them are inside Milton module. First is Y-axis turning. That is the brand new function we support in 2025. For Y-axis, we only support the Milton machine with B head. Means this machine got a 5-axis ability. So let's see how that looks like.
Y-axis turning is a method of machining utilizing Y-axis tooling. It is meant for mill-turn machines equipped with B-axis milling heads such as the Mazak Energex or Maltus. Now, Mastercam 2025 fully supports Y-axis turning. So let's take a look at what that means for mill-turn users. The B-axis milling spindle is set to 90 degrees. This positions our tool perpendicularly to the lathe spindle axis. The inherent position of the tool being under the large B-axis head increases tool rigidity while distributing cutting load more efficiently. The tool, which is mounted in the milling spindle, can be indexed around its center, making it possible to cut any side of the part, resulting in a better surface finish and improved tool life. Y-axis turning uses specific holders and inserts, so when programming, we must start by defining the tool accurately. Now, in Mastercam 2025, we can easily designate tool assemblies as Y-axis compatible in the holders component page. Since we can index the tool around itself, this lets us use tool assemblies with multiple cutting inserts. Whether we have inserts with different cutting geometry, inserts for different material types, or just duplicate inserts to act as sister tooling, this is a huge benefit when using these types of tools. Mastercam allows us to quickly pick which insert we want to use in the tool parameters page. To start programming, first pick any turning operation and choose a y-axis tool. All turning toolpaths except custom thread and b-axis contour support y-axis functionality. You can quickly spot y-axis tools in the interface since they have this special icon. We can use the tool angle dialog box to adjust the angle of the tool. Typically, with traditional turning tools, we'd only need to set this to 0 or 180 degrees. However, with y-axis tools, we'll often use the other option. This lets us set the tool to any angle we want. This represents a change to the A-axis. Being able to adjust this A-axis angle, the tool can then be used to cut in multiple directions. Or we can give the insert a lead or lag angle. Mastercam 2025 now has all the y-axis functionality that you need to push the limits of what your mill turner can do.
So y-axis turning, when you pick the tool, you need to pick the y-axis tool. So when y-axis tool come in, when you set the tool angle will become the spindle angle. So if you say minus 30 degree, like this, well, just like here, it's 30 degree left angle. So after you pick the y-axis tool, all the settings applied to x will automatically switch to y. So general process you can directly apply by y-axis tool. However, you will say, my tool presenter only have x and z. And that's why we only support the BX machine, Milton, for right now. Because you can orientate your tool to the x direction, get the tool tip offset, then you rotate to the y direction to cut it. So for your information, example from Mazda Smooth Controller, you will need the option to activate your y offset turning. So tool offset for the tool tip is always the main problem we need to fix. Next is A-axis contour turning. This will use y-axis tool. The only difference is when you cut the contour, the tool can rotate. Y-axis is indexed. A-axis can move. And let's watch the video.
Mastercam 2025 builds upon the success of the mill turn product by introducing the new A-axis contour turning toolpath. This toolpath is specifically designed for users with B-axis equipped mill turn machines who are using y-axis tooling. If you're unfamiliar with y-axis turning, check out our additional Mastercam 2025 What's New videos to learn more. A-axis turning is elevating the game to a whole new level. Let's see how it works. Similar to the B-axis contour toolpath, this new toolpath extends Mastercam support for rotary contour turning. The A-axis contour toolpath utilizes our newly supported y-axis cutting tools and fixes the B-axis at 90 degrees, all while rotating the A-axis or spindle axis along the cut. This provides advantages such as enhanced surface finishes and increased rigidity. Although a brand new toolpath, we are met with the familiar panel interface after we change our geometry. Mastercam will automatically assign the correct tool plane to orientate the tool, and the lead controls are intuitive and simple to use. Just like the B-axis toolpath, we can set our angle limits and run the toolpath in automatic tool axis control mode. Or, if we want to tweak the angle of the insert, we can change our strategy to modify and manually adjust or add vectors. We can also now designate a leading or trailing edge angle as a separate form of tool axis control. The ability to rotate the tool while in the cut allows us to reach difficult to machine areas with ease. The versatility of being able to cut in different directions or with multiple inserts on the same tool is a surefire way to decrease cycle time and in turn save valuable space in the machine's tool changer. Mastercam 2025's introduction of both Y-axis and A-axis turning toolpaths mark a significant advancement in mill turn's capability. By staying at the forefront of turning innovations like this, we can continue to push the limits to what our machines can do.
Okay, so new function, new icon. You can find the A-axis contour turning icon under the lathe process. When you want to do the process, just simply chain as usual. When you get into the process, only Y-axis tool is available. Once you pick the Y-axis tool, you don't need to bother the cutting direction T-plane. This, our system Milton module will help you to deal with. So after you can create a toolpath, that will look like this. You rotate the tool when you cut the material. The final enhancement is B-axis. Let's see what is the difference.
Mastercam 2025 introduces exciting new features to enhance Milturn's B-axis contour toolpath. Let's take a look. Now in Mastercam 2025, enhanced tool angle controls allow us to specify either a leading or trailing angle for the cutting insert. Mastercam ensures your desired tool angle is maintained throughout the entire cut. Additionally, by using the fan distance feature, we can easily manage alterations in the tool axis when faced with steep or shallow geometry. This guarantees a smooth transition around sharp corners. Another awesome new feature to this toolpath is the support of spline geometry. In the past, chaining splines has caused a faceted surface finish, but now, thanks to some great development efforts, splines are fully supported in the B-axis toolpath. These enhancements in Mastercam 2025 aren't just limited to the B-axis contour toolpath. They're also available in the brand new A-axis contour turning toolpath as well.
Okay, so for our old functions, it's good to support line and arc geometries. However, it's not good for spline. You can see from 2023, we already have the function, but on the spline, it doesn't look good. So now, we announced that we fully support the spline, and the cutting finish result is good. So that will be all the highlights I want to cover today. There's really a lot of features and what's new. I cannot cover everything, so now I will tell you where might have the resource you can find. The first one is the website. If you go to my.mastercam.com, you can go through the information, the what's new version, the tips and tricks, and some download documents. The second one is YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube website, /@Mastercam. You can get into Mastercam channel, and most of the video today you can find here. There are sample parts, tips and tricks, what's new for the version, and partner informations. The last one is what's new document on your computer. All the Mastercam installed computer, no matter which version, you can find the what's new document in your folder location. So this is how it looks like. You got all the categories for new features, all the details, everything. So you can go through it or deep dive by this document. So overall, if you got question, you can find us. You can go from the website, get some information from YouTube, or read the detail inside the document. So here are all the 2025 highlight features we have covered today. I hope that is useful for your daily job, and thank you for your listening.
Good morning. How are you feeling today? Quite green? Okay, so I don't want to take much of your time. I think echo it directly into the discussion that we're going to project to you, right? So thank you very much for turning out today. Such a wonderful crowd. It's a heavy raining, so there was a shift in the schedule. So yes, that relates to our our new topic, right? Sustainable manufacturing. Though it's not new, it's there for decades, but we are revamping through our AMLJ, Advanced Manufacturing Learning Journey. So it will be transformed into Sustainable Manufacturing Transformation Journey. Yeah. So you may ask me this question, why suddenly we have this? Yeah. What is the new in SP? Supporting manufacturers on a sustainable pathway through AMLJ, though it looks a bit a long sentence. So we heard about this quite often, sustainable manufacturing. How many of you here are hearing this sustainable manufacturing as a first time? None, right? Okay, that's very interesting. So, but how many of you feel that the impact is not as we expect in the manufacturing sector, the sustainability? Do you think it's still a greenwashing? Right? So it's not a greenwashing, the impact is real, and especially in Singapore, we see in the next 2 years, the impact will be significant, right? When the carbon tax and all this are coming up, it's quite relevant for SMEs and also for the manufacturers. So it's no more about greenwashing and all these aspects, right? So we are revolutionizing the manufacturing by offering sustainable solutions that benefits both business and the environment. Why business and environment? Usually it's environment, right? Why we focus on business? Anyone would like to give a shot? Why we want to emphasize on business here? Business without, if you don't touch base on the business, SMEs won't take it, right? So it should be directly related to the benefits, into the P&L. So otherwise, it will still be related to a greenwashing, right? So when we talk about revolutionizing the manufacturing through our AMLJ, so what we are going to propose, I believe you already would have heard about from Economic Development Board initiatives, SIRI, Smart Industry Readiness Index. How many of you haven't heard about SIRI? Which was there for quite some time, right? So where it's a kind of a transformation framework helping manufacturers to scale and prioritize their focus areas, right? Are you familiar with this? Okay, fine. So what we were going to pitch in the next 15 minutes, at least in my discussion, is how we're going to be able to revolutionize the manufacturing and focusing them on the key areas that is more relevant in the business point of view, right? And also touch base on the environmental. So for this, we are proposing like 2 frameworks that is already a global framework recognized by World Economic Forum. And this we will be adopting in our AMLJ, which is the first setup where it transforms these frameworks into practical nuggets that an SMEs or manufacturers can relatively feel, apply and implement in their workshops, in their shop floors or in the enterprises, or at least understand the impact of the SMEs. Yeah? So, what are the key challenges, especially when you talk about SME point of view, or even if we keep it manufacturing, right? Adopting the sustainability practices. Anyone would like to highlight any challenges that you see that is significant in the industry? Okay, so before that, maybe I just need to give you a quick introduction about myself. I forgot it, I directly went into it. So why I'm talking about it here is when we started this SIRI journey with EDB back in 2017, we were focusing only on Singapore landscape, right? And it scaled globally. So far, we have evaluated across 60 countries, more than 5,000 companies database we have evaluated. And what we realized is, we all talk about sustainability, right? But what is the need for the manufacturers to take it? Why there is a pace of adoption is really relatively low than we anticipate, right? So for SMEs or even for the manufacturers, it's not as significant, it directly relates to the P&L. This is what it's projected, right? Okay, carbon capture. Why should I do a carbon capture? Why should I do a carbon reporting? what is the business needs for me if there is no regulatory push? And also from our perspective, from ASEAN point of view, still we are a bit reluctant to push these regulations and compliance comparatively with Europe, right? But things are changing. The change is there, it's inevitable. So you see environmental regulations. Meeting stricter environmental policies is a key challenge for any manufacturers in SMEs, right? So we talk about GHG, GRI, TCFD, SBTi. Then companies talk about, ISO 14064, energy management. They are complex jargons, they are stuck into this, and they relatively don't understand what is the need for them, right? So, environmental regulations, consumer demand. Why it is consumer demand? What is a consumer demand? Now, we are consumers, right? And now, our understanding towards sustainability is more effective now. So now we are driving the change. It's no more about manufacturers. It's no more about the governments. It's the consumers who are impacting the change. For instance, you're buying a product in cold storage. Would you care to look into the life cycle of the product from the genesis? Not at this point, right? Even inducing a 5-cent mandatory, for the plastic bag, you know how much struggle government will need to go through this to impact this change, which is was significantly 20 years before it was relatively applied in Europe. But even a small minor changes has a significant pushback, but relatively it has given a much bigger carbon footprint reduction that we anticipate 2030 plan. So everyone is aware about Singapore's 2030 plan, right? And manufacturing plays a crucial part because manufacturers is significantly one of the largest emitters of CO2. So when we talk about consumer demand, there's a growing consumer demand for sustainable products that put pressures on SME because SME is driven by cost effectiveness, right? Even a single cent, marginal cent difference makes a significant difference for us in the product life cycle. So in that perspective, the consumer demand that relatively pushes the big boys, then SMEs are also caught into that and they need to drive this. Cost-effective practices. One thing we realized in our manufacturing point of view, right, when we talk to manufacturers, it's all about cost. When you talk about the C-level, if you don't touch base on the cost, then it's not going anywhere, right? I believe you are aware of that and you have a good understanding over this, right? So balancing sustainability with the profitability. That is quite crucial, and that's where most of them struggle. They ask me, Sridhar, for me, I understand scope 1, I understand scope 2, yeah, we need to reduce scope 1, scope 2, we need to put it there. But it has a significant impact on my P&L, right? So what is the need for me if there's a significant change and there's no regulations upfront? So why there's a need for me? Let me wait and see how my competitors are working on it. And if there's really need, then I will start working on it. That phase is gone. Now, the loss of inactiveness is significantly high. That means if you don't do anything in the next 5 years, SMEs can go obsolete, right? So, when we talk about manufacturing practices, that's where we quickly bring this into this framework to give an overview. If you haven't heard about Smart Industry Readiness Index, this is a global framework recognized by the World Economic Forum, developed by EDB, Economic Development Board, focusing on Singapore. The robustness drive this globally. Now, we are proud to say that almost 60 countries have adopted this framework for the national-wide transformation. More than 5,000 companies have embarked this using this framework. The key area here is it focuses on technology, organization, and processes. So you may ask me this question, what is the need and how is SP playing a crucial part in there? If you had a chance to visit our AMLJ, which I believe everyone would have, or at least it is in your pipeline, the next of this one. So you could see here how it is closely related to the manufacturers. That means we are not proposing fancy technologies or fancy dashboards, which is just there for a touch and feel. No. We are bringing closer to the working environment where manufacturers can touch and feel. They relatively see that, okay, it is achievable. We are not showcasing that something that is significantly beyond their pay scale, right? So when I talk about this, it's focused on technology in tandem with organization improving the processes. So when we talk about sustainable manufacturing, majority of them directly thinks immediately about energy saving, right? Wastewater. Yes, that is significant, but improving your processes, process redesign, has a significant effect on your entire circular economy, right? So this is where we showcase through our AMLJ how much the small bite-sized initiatives plays a significant role in the overall transformation. And one of the most underestimated aspect, organization. So far we have seen more than 5,000 companies globally, and it is over everywhere it's a similar story. The manufacturers, it's either from a top-down approach, push to the production. The production team don't even know what is exactly scope 1, scope 2. Why should I even capture the carbon footprints? Why should I even give you this data? It gives me significant efforts for me on top of my work. So why should I do this? What is the need? Organization is not synced with the management, especially the middle level and then the bottom level. So we need to also align what is the need, what is the maturity of the organization before we enforce these kind of practices, right? And processes. So if you look at the AMLJ later, you have a good understanding there. So where you can see here, it comprises of 3 stages, right? First one, digitalization, integrative zone, and smart zone, where it depicts the 3 phases of the production. One is completely a local, where you have a silo systems where there's no connectivity. The other one is how you improve what will be the use cases, how you can able to see the benefits from the business cases. And the last but not the least is the intelligent. Because when we talk about Industry 4.0 or if we talk about advanced manufacturing, everyone immediately thinks about AI. They ask me, Shida, there's a ChatGPT. How can I embed ChatGPT into my production? But do you have digitalization first in order to get the data out of it? In order to deploy the ChatGPT LLM models to drive the analytics, which is still a very infancy stage for the organizations, right? So now, once you understand the digitalization part, which is the foundation for any sustainable transformation, that most of the organizations fail to understand. Then you look into the sustainability, the Consumer Sustainability Index co-series, where we keep it into a SME context, co-series 10. That means we focus only on business practices, sustainable business practices that has a significant impact on clean technology, clean business, circular economy, and other processes that has a kind of a impact on their bottom line, right? So when the companies go through the assessments, they go understand where they are in terms of their organizations. They have a good picture. What does sustainability means for me? It's not something about just giving energy management. It's more than that, right? So when they realize that, when they synergize, our approach is to take the digitalization and the co-series for the SMEs, right? Holistic approach, then we optimize the resources, and for the manufacturers, it's a brand enhancement, right? So when I go through this, when I have a certain level of understanding and certain level of scorings, you can depict that you are going into the sustainable transformation. Yeah. So this is our approach that we want to propose here. This will be a new to AMLJ. This will be launching in ITAP. You are the first cut participants to have a look at it. I mean, later we will, SP will reveal this in ITAP. But it's at a very high level. You can see here, a pathway to sustainable manufacturing is focusing on processes and production systems. Based on our data from the SMEs, you can see here, SME prioritize improving employee productivity, cost structure, resource efficiency through sustainable process. These are the 3 important areas that they would like to focus. Forget about sustainability, forget about scope 1, scope 2. If they don't relate to it, you may not be able to drive this technology integrations and addressing through a structured approach. And on the right side, you can see here how an organization go through the assessment, understand the maturity, link with the KPIs, business impacts, and they could be able to drive the initiatives, especially break down into a hospital. So I was asked to wrap up my discussion. Otherwise, I could have talked to another 2 hours, 3 hours on it, but that is for another day. So you could see here, this is a step-by-step process. Start with assessment, do the prioritization, strategy developments, incremental implementation, but don't worry, we handhold the SMEs through our AMLJ journey, and this is our intention to bring a sustainable future to the manufacturers through a practical approach. So which you will be later hearing more about it in the newsletters or the upfront in ITAM. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity and wish you a good week.
I come from the department called Industry and Partnership, in Singapore Poly. All right, I'm a non-teaching staff, so I don't spend a lot of time, talking about theory and things like that. Okay, we do industry engagement. All right. At the end of today, you can forget everything I say, but just remember in Singapore Poly, we have this department called Industry and Partnership, where we do industry engagement, where we engage company out there, enterprise out there, and to be able to help, the enterprise to transform, right? So what we have done is that we created this thing called integrated book, where we bring together all the 12 centers. In Singapore Poly, we have 12 centers and 10 schools, focusing on different areas. We bring everybody together and created this playbook, where we help company to look into all the different areas of the needs. We look into 3 main areas: the mindset, the skill set, and the behavior, of the organization to help them to transform. So what we do is we create this end-to-end solution where we understand the needs of the company. Then from there, we come back to SP and see whether we are able to craft up a solution, for the company before we do any solution implementation. You have seen this slide from Dr. Kelly. All right, we focus. We have this area where we look at the mindset, skill set, and behavior. To all in, we focus on 2 main areas: the company transformation area as well as the workforce transformation area. When we talk about company transformation area, we look at things like, business planning, process improvement, right? And of course, technology adoption as well, right? But when we look onto the other side, where we look at the workforce transformation, it's all about the staff, staff welfare, the HR processes, how do you attract talent, retain talent and things like that. All these are on the workforce transformation area. I mentioned we have 12 centers and 10 schools. These are the 12 centers in SP, right? Ranging from where Dr. KK Lee is, Advanced Manufacturing Center, to Sea Transport, where we have our center for experience in maritime sector, then consumer, chemical, and so on and so forth, built environment as well, Then on the bottom is where we cut across the domain, This center is not focusing on respective domain, We have the center like the 5G AIoT center, where they look at, how to use, sensorizing equipment, to help company to look into using AI and things like that, We have Advanced Manufacturing Center where we help company to create new materials, that is applicable in their industry, Of course, we have the Business Innovation Center, This is the one that look into the workforce area, They are the one that look into human resource, requirements and things like that, I'm not going to cover everyone. We don't have that much time. This is the slide that I want to spend a bit more time. All right, these are the programs that we created, that we think we are able to use this program to help company out there, to transform. The first 2 programs, Business Needs Analysis and BSTAR, these are programs that we help company to do planning, all right? In any business that you do, planning is most important, actually. The second program, the BSTAR program, is one that we do quite a bit, a lot of it, all right, where we help company to create roadmap for their business, all right? Most of the time we create roadmap from 5 to 10 years kind of roadmap, okay? From there we will be able to help the company to focus into areas, okay, that they need to adopt, okay, for them to reach their objective. All right, let's say in a company, they say they want to double their business, okay, in 10 years' time. Okay, how do you get there? Okay, what are the human resource that you need? What are the machines that you need? Okay, what are the capitals that you need? Okay, over the 10 years, okay, we will actually create this roadmap step by step, year on what the company needs, okay. This is very useful, okay. The company that have done this, okay, we have bosses that have done this program, and at the end of it, he stick this whole roadmap at the back of his office, where he look at it every day, you know, and he, of course, the managers will be very stressed, because every time the manager go into his room, they will ask him where are they at which part of the roadmap are they at, all right. Okay, process redesign is one of the program, okay, that we created to help company to look into their processes. All right, when we talk about process redesign, we help company to improve on their processes. Okay, be it in your manufacturing process, be it your logistic process or finance process, anything. I mean, in everything that we do, there is a process, all right? So if you want to look into process improvement, okay, we can help you with this, okay? Of course, we have those data-related projects, okay, where these days, there are a lot of data out there. You collect a lot of information, all right? So we help company to do data visualization and data analytics, okay? And last but not least, we have project management, okay? In some company that we visited, they don't have their own in-house staff that they are capable in managing projects. But when they want to implement new system or they adopt new technology, they need some people to handhold them, okay, to implement the entire projects. Okay, that's where you can come to us and we can actually help you with project management program. Okay, we will handhold you and give you all the different templates that you need, okay, in your project management cycle. All right, a bit about the pricing that you see here. Okay, you look at it. Okay, these programs are all highly funded by SSG, all right? Those prices that you see on the slide here, okay, for example, the first one, business needs analysis, $794. This is for all the 5 learners. So the company only pays $794, all right, because it's 90% funded by SSG. So for people who are interested, okay, you can come to me, okay, then we can talk more about this. All right. Okay, just now we mentioned that there are 12 centers in SP. Okay, every centers, okay, have their own unique programs that they created to help the industry. All right, I'm not going to be able to cover every one of them because there are 12 centers. There are too many of them. For example, this 5G AIoT center. Okay, they have a lot of programs inside there. Right. I can share this slide with you all. You all can go and take a look. And any of these centers, okay, the programs that we listed out there, we have already done it before, all right? And we have success story talking about all these programs that we have done, all right? So I am not going to say, go on this, but I want to highlight one programs, okay, that we are doing. Okay. Okay, we every year for the past few years, we have been bringing people to Germany, okay, to look into the best in class in I 4.0, all right? And this coming year, okay, there will be new focus where we look into sustainability and AI, okay, in manufacturing, all right? This program, we bring people to Germany for 5 days, okay, and visit the factory there, all right? And see for yourself how I 4.0 has been implemented. At the same time, this coming year, we are going to focus more on sustainability and AI. All right, if you are interested in going for this trip, okay, do come to me, then we can share with you more information, all right? This is where all the different locations that you will be visiting in Germany, all right, you have to spend one whole week there, okay, in all these locations. Okay, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much.
My name is Pei Fan. I'm from the PACE Academy, training arm of Singapore Polytechnic. How many of you actually knows about PACE Academy? Can I have a show of hand? Oh, I see a few hands only. It means that my marketing team not have been doing a good job. So I'll feedback to them to put more poster on the bus, on the train, and also on our social media. So I'm coming from PACE Academy. So our department actually take care a lot of grant and incentive that today I want to share with everybody. Actually asked for 1 day session, but because I only get 10 minutes, so I will concise every program that we offer in Singapore Polytechnic. This is the key slides that you actually need to know. So because these are the areas that I will be covering. For example, every company comes to us with a company problem statements. So there's 3 areas they always come to us. 1, manpower hiring, because they always tell me, Pei Fan, I cannot find any new hires. Can you, supply your fresh graduates to me? Yes, that's government incentive. So 2 is the competency gap. Hey, Pei Fan, my boss recently asked me to do Power BI. I don't know how to do. Don't worry, we have short course, also government funding under SkillsFuture funding. 3rd is the company project. So if you have a project in mind, but you don't know how to kickstart, come to SP. SP will definitely have the expertise to help you to kickstart, and we have funding as well. So let me go through what are the different offerings that we have. For short course, we have 400 over courses. Please do not bother to scroll. Just contact me. I will help you to curate the appropriate courses for you. Or else you can actually introduce me to your HR and can help your company to curate appropriate courses for your colleagues as well. So we have most of the courses are SkillsFuture funding, and besides that, we not only do local training, we also bring participants to overseas. Later on, I'll share with you what are the overseas courses that we have. Then for work study program, if you are looking to hiring new hires, please come to and look for us as well, because we also get government funding. So the company will get up to 15,000 grant if you hire our fresh graduates. So we have total of 17 work study program. So I will give you a broad base, but I will not zoom into details. But if you are interested, please link me out with your HR as well. So for not only that, if you need interns to help you with some small project, not complicated, come to us. There is a two period that you can look at. One is April and September. Please put in your request earlier because our SP students are very well slot. So there's a minimum money allowance that you need to engage them. So my internship department will advise you accordingly. So there's another thing is that some companies, miss the April and September intake. So Pei Fan, how? My project still have to go on. But we have a student agency who actually also, like a professional, will work along with you to kickstart the project out of April and September intake. So moving on to mentorship support grant. So this is more complicated project that you need us to help you. This is also government funding, up to 90% funding for SME, 70% for MNC. And lastly, we also work with other agencies like A-Star Enterprise Singapore, E2I, and NTUC on different type of fundings. So let me go through these courses, short courses that we have. We have best-in-class program, which we bring participants overseas. Just now, Kok Kong have shared with you about advanced manufacturing lead program. I will not zoom into details. This we have this intake next year May. Yeah, if you are interested, please register with us earlier because this is the 7th run that we are running for this coming run. So not only that, we also go into sustainability. We are very into sustainability. So we bring participants to Denmark. This will be the April intake next year. Also, please put in your registration with us earlier. And then lastly, the AI, that a lot of companies also very interested, we actually bring them to China to meet, to look at different type of companies like Xiaomi, Tencent, yeah, so that they can actually get to see the technology. Skill-based, I don't need to touch on it, everybody is very familiar. And then project-based training, we have a company workforce transformation, which Kokon just now mentioned, and we also have a STAR program. Later on, I'll touch a little bit on this. Placement program is just now I mentioned about work study program, the 17 courses that we have. And then lastly is the workplace learning. If you are looking to upskill those supervisor or manager who actually is a mentor to the new hires, this program will be very suitable for them, also heavily funded. So best in class program, heavily funded. And this must be company sponsored, cannot be the individual because it's a very heavily funded. For 40 and above, right, for this particular program, you only pay $1,000 over. So you only pay for air tickets. The accommodation, the transport, and the site visits are all fully funded by SkillsFuture Singapore. You get the chance to go into the 5 Bosch restaurants, not open for public, but to go through our program to visit their smart factories. What are the latest technology that they actually implement? You can get these ideas and then bring back to your company and explore with your manager to see whether this technology can be implemented in your workplace. And with this project in mind, you can look for us and we will help you with the mentorship support grant. And just now I mentioned it's 70 to 90%. It depends on which company category you fall into. So just now I touched about the accessibility. We bring you to Denmark. So this program just now I mentioned is a heavily funded. What we need you to do is that before you embark this program, you must have a plan in mind. And we want to see your plan first. Then after that, you will go through the 5 days intensive trip to explore a lot of different technology being implemented. During these 5 days, there will be assessment to understand how much you know and what are the technologies you want to implement. Once you come back, right, SP team would like to work with you and your company to see how you can execute this plan in your workplace. So similarly for AI, format will be the same. So we'll bring you to meet Huawei, Xiaomi, and Tencent. Skill-based, I will not touch too detailed. These are the SkillsFuture emerging skill set. So something that I want to touch on this is for corporates, right? We work a lot with corporates to come up with a training roadmap. So we understand what their needs and curate a package for them. For instance, we work with A-Star to upskill their engineers, their manager in data analysis and visualization. So we created a basket of courses, data wrangling, data analytics, and also come up with a project and help them to kickstart. So in the event that they could not continue, they still can come back to us because we have a mentoring clinic also funded by SSG. CapitaLand is another corporate that we work with. If you have a new job role, but you don't know what kind of skill set this job role requires, you can come to us. We are very familiar with the skills framework. So we'll help you to create the courses and upskill your colleagues and make sure that they can take on the job. So this is one of the models that we actually help CapitaLand. We come up with the foundation modules and also specialized module in different job roles. Project-based training. So for this particular project is a kind of, you have a project in mind and you will come up with we will work with you to come up with the design and impart the knowledge as well. So total we have 7 of them. So I think one of the most relevant is start of additive manufacturing. We actually have an additive manufacturing center. So if the company have a product in mind, you can actually come to us and then we will do a prototype, whether it is something that is viable for your company. And this is also heavily funded by SSG. Placements. Just now I mentioned about the manpower, right? I cannot find people, so come to us. We have 16,000 students, yeah. So waiting for all of you to hire them if you're interested. So as I mentioned, this is heavily funded. So how it works is that the new hires will get incentive of $5,000. The company will get up to $15,000. So for this program, right, the company need to sponsor the new hires for a diploma program, special diploma or advanced diploma. It depends on which program you are in. So for this one, I will not zoom into details. If you are having a hiring opportunity this year, do let me know so I can share with you, share with your HR in more details. So just now I mentioned, the individual will get $5,000. The participating company will get up to $15,000 and get access to our talent pool. Workplace learning. So workplace learning, the traditional way of workplace learning is I do, you see, I do. Then you do, I see. But I think that now with time moving on, right, a lot of people are very stretched in their work. So now with the workplace learning, we actually help you to develop this on-job training blueprint to come up with tools like SOP, like video, like e-learning, so that you actually can defray some of your time to do other things while the new hires can go through the video and learn by themselves. So these are the four courses that we have. If you are thinking to upskill the managers or the supervisors in a more structured teaching way, you can come and enroll into our course. These are the four courses. So there's some few projects that I want to share with everybody. During the COVID, so we helped SETS to develop OJT blueprint. And we developed the OJT blueprint. We also developed the e-learning tools to help them to upskill from the RAM officer to freight officer. So I will not touch on this because I was told to speed up a little bit. So this is something that I want to touch. Mentorship support grant. If you have a project in mind and you think that it falls under the automation, connectivity, and intelligence, please come and look for us. There's a funding of 90% funding for SME and 70% for MNC. So we'll help you to do a proof of concept. So similarly for accessibility, there's a few focus areas as well. If you are interested, do let me know. I will send the slide to everybody. So this is a QR code, so you can scan the QR code and drop down what are the requests that you have. And yeah, I will work with you once I receive the request. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for the time.
I'm going to start my sharing. So I'm Kai Jin, I'm the BD manager at TechTown. And today I'll be sharing with you what's new at TechTown. I said 2025, but it's essentially what we'll be sharing, what we'll be transforming into. I mean, my other title is Transformation Lead. So this will be a sneak preview on what we have been, what changes we have implemented at TechTown, as well as the upcoming changes. Okay, so for today's agenda, I will cover 3 points. Our company, the solutions we provide, and then I'll just conclude for everyone. Okay, so about TechTown. So we are established in 1993, and we are Singapore's leading CAD/CAM software solution and service provider. We are a value-added reseller of the world's most popular CAM program, Mastercam, and we bring years of CAM experience to the table, helping our customers in various different industries, semicon, aerospace, automotive, and so on and so forth. And we're also providing service beyond Singapore, in Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia. So through the whole process of transformation, we've also been reimagining what's our North Star to guide us forward. We have lasted for 30 years. Let me now share with you what will take us forward in the next 30 years and onwards. Okay, so our revised vision and mission. So our vision is to empower the future of manufacturing in Southeast Asia. How are we going to get there? Our mission is to empower our customers through exceptional manufacturing solutions that drive substantial improvements in safety, productivity, precision, and cost effectiveness. And I wanted to highlight on this point of the future of manufacturing. I think for us, the way we see the future is beyond just the technology. It's also looking at the people as well. Okay, so moving on to the people aspect, what are the values that actually drive us? So this is a summary of the summaries that, the values that I've seen our company, our team, reflecting through our work, and I've actually documented it down, and this would drive us forward. So, customer obsession, empowering growth, and trusted partnerships. What does all this mean? Customer obsession, where your success takes priority. So at TechTown, we are committed to more than just delivering a product. We strive to be a vital partner in your journey by being customer obsessed. Your long-term success takes priority as we listen intently to your unique challenges. Our solutions are tailored especially for your needs, crafted to perfection with your success in mind. So moving on from the customer aspect, empowering growth. How do we redefine success through curiosity, collaboration, and courage? Within our own team, we won't settle for the status quo, we challenge it. Our team thrives on collaboration and courage, always seeking to simplify complex challenges through innovative solutions. We embrace curiosity and continuous learning, knowing that progress requires courage in the face of change. By challenging the status quo, we empower our partners to achieve new heights and redefine what's possible. And lastly, beyond our team, we would like to work with our partners to build lasting success through trust. So beyond software, we forge lasting partnerships grounded on integrity, trust, and mutual success. Our commitment goes beyond the immediate. We strive to be a reliable ally on the journey to greatness, and guided by integrity, we stand by you every step of the way, ensuring your small wins becomes a lasting legacy. So, of course, the details you don't remember, but we would like to share with you our renewed values that will drive us forward. Customer obsession, empowering growth, and trusted partnerships. And moving on, I would like to introduce our team. So all of us come with a vast amount of experience. And as you can see, Jiali and I, we are clearly pulling down the years of experience average. But I would like to see it as we are actually bringing in fresh blood into our team. And with this slide, I would also like to thank our whole team for the many years of service that they have been with us. If you would like to help me give a round of applause to the team. Okay, so beyond our team, we also work with our education partners. So this year, we are very glad to be here with SP to be hosting this event together with them. Beyond our education partners, we have our industry partners, SPETA, we have Unveil here, and our machine partners and our metrology partners, which will work together to deliver the best solution for you. And lastly, we won't be here without our customers. So this is a few of our customers that we actually work with. And if you don't see your name here, you would like to put it up there next year, let us know. So, in benefit of time, I'll just run through this. We have a few testimonials. We started collecting testimonials for our training. So if you guys want to come for our training, can find out more from all these people, how good is it. Otherwise, if you want to leave a testimonial for us, you can feel free to leave it in our feedback form later on. Okay, so this is all for our company, and let me jump into the solutions that we provide. So in terms of our solutions that we provide, we carry our brand products, Mastercam, which all of you should be familiar with. We also have Simco, Industry 4.0 software suite, as well as Dell hardware suite, which will help you to power all your software needs. And beyond that, we also carry, we have value-added services to help you get the best solution in terms of the maintenance program, the learning and development options, as well as the support services. And this year, we are adding one thing new, an AI cam programming, which is a software add-on that you can add on top to your Mastercam. So if you actually saw your invitation, it's a small part because we weren't sure whether we could pull through with this, but we managed to get this out ready for this year's rollout. So I'm sure all of you are very excited about this whole AI hype, so let's just jump right into the whole, into the AI cam programming straight away. So introducing Cloud NC Cam Assist.
the world's most popular CAM package, the most popular package in the US, which hundreds of thousands of machinists use to produce parts for every great American industry, oil and gas, defense, automotive, aerospace, you name it, now get to access our machining AI. It took us 9 years to build it. It's built specifically for automating the process of making parts like this, meaning that you can spend the time that you save on the things that actually get your spindles turning, the things that actually win you more business. Because CAM Assist can make you up to 5 times faster by removing the tedious, repetitive, busy work that comes with CAM, that comes with estimation. So if you want to get started with our machining AI today, all you've got to do is Google Cloud NC and speak to one of our machining specialists, and we can get you set up with this AI in hours.
Okay, so we're proud to introduce CAM Assist onto Mastercam this year. And for all of you here, you're the first to know, it's not even on social media, we are soft launching CAM Assist to all of you right here today. So I would like to reiterate a few key points that he mentioned during the video. So firstly, CAM Assist is on Mastercam right now, but it took 9 years to build. So this company, they actually started as a machine shop. They built their machines, they deliver products, and it took 8 years to actually build that data and learn how to actually build this software. So it was only in July this year that they were launched on Mastercam. And we're proud to bring it to you right here 2 months later, September, to all of you here today. So as you said also, this can be implemented in all kinds of industries, oil and gas, defense, automotive, you name it. As long as you're machining a part, you can use it. And ultimately, what are the benefits it can bring you? Reduce your programming time, and also an estimation time, which we'll talk about later. But let us take a look at the demo of this new two-path generation by the AI. First video, let's take a look. So it's running on the 3+2 axis machine. And let's take a look of it running for a different part. So hope this is something interesting for you. Okay, but moving on, beyond this two-path generation, when they actually launched this to their customer base, they realized some of the customers were using it for a different function, which was actually to estimate their cycle time. So this is actually very important in the case of business owners who need this cycle time estimates to be able to quote the customers better. So let's take a look at what we have here. So right now they're doing a bit of setup. If there's some of the parts you don't want to make, you can actually remove it. It's updating the number of parts you need to produce for each part. And the output will actually be a CSV file whereby it will indicate all the cycle time of all the products, all the parts you need to make. Okay, so these are the highlights of the CAM Assist. So CAM Assist is the first add-on that uses AI to streamline CAM programming, leaving machine shop owners to perfect it with all your unique styles and unlock 300 hours per year to solve more exciting challenges. So what are the key benefits? So with this, we hope that you can 10x your estimation speed, you can rapidly train your new staff, you can dramatically reduce your programming time, and help you to standardize the practices across your workshop. So in summary, the benefits that it brings you: through our Cam Assist software add-on, toolpath generation, and cycle time. So today is just a soft launch. After that, I will conclude and share more details. Okay, but moving on to the other products that we carry, we have an Industry 4.0 software suite powered by Simco, whereby we have an NC editor, DNC communication software, manufacturing data collection and monitoring. These are all individual software packages. And beyond that, if you want to add on to your Mastercam, we have improved machine simulation for your Mastercam. You want to improve on your probing to be able to accommodate all types of probing tools that you have. You can get Simco probing. And this is actually newly launched. Today, we won't go into too much details about this, but this is a 3D visualization of your part and tool. Mainly, the benefit of this is it has a better processing speed to do your 3D visualization, especially if your part file is big, maybe in the die-and-mold industry or the semicon industry. Yep. So if you're interested, you can always reach out to our sales team afterwards. Yeah, but we won't dive too deep into this today. Okay. And beyond that, if you're buying our software, you can always get the hardware solution along with it. And the value-added service we get for you, you can actually get the hardware delivered to us first. We will preload it with all the software needs you have, and then deliver the PC to you. But of course, the Dell PC maintenance will still be covered under Dell. We are not the Dell. We're not the hardware experts. Okay, and lastly, let's go into the meat of things, the bread and butter of TechTown, our CAD/CAM software suite. So I'm sure all of you are familiar with our product family, Mail, Lathe, Milton. All these you should be quite familiar. And for all our advanced users, you should be familiar with the 5-axis, multi-axis module. So Hans has actually shared with you all about 3-axis debur, which will be an additional add-on that you can add on top of your mail and your router solutions. And this will be a paid add-on, but it will be at a fraction of the price of the multi-axis in case you don't have those multi-axis, 5-axis needs. And this we also wouldn't advertise yet because I think our Singapore market, we don't even have much AM machines sold yet, but we have an additive manufacturing software solution ready, available. This is co-developed with Can Manufacturing, a Canadian company. And if you're interested to be on the forefront of technology doing AM, let us know and we can get in contact. But otherwise, beyond the software itself, Mastercam also has its product services. And this is Mastercam Connect, which I would like to share more about with you next. So Mastercam Connect is actually what are the benefits you get if you're on our maintenance program. So what are the benefits actually? So firstly, of course, you get to stay updated with our latest innovations. You have the latest software updates. Next, you have priority support from our industry experts. From Mastercam side, from TechTown side, we'll be able to give you the priority support to help you minimize the downtime and maintain smooth operations. Next, we have a comprehensive on-demand training to help you maximize the productivity and proficiency with Mastercam. So Mastercam itself, they have on-demand training. It's like, you think Coursera, but for Mastercam itself. So if you guys are interested, you have the time, you are interested to learn, you can always go to their website, Mastercam University, to learn more. Next, you get to engage with the community if you're part of the maintenance program. So over here you can see, in this case, if you're a new user, perhaps you're looking for the learning edition to learn more, you can always go to the knowledge base and find out, how do I actually get the learning edition license for first time or renew the learning edition license. Beyond that, there is also, this is the Tech Exchange, whereby you can get all the repository of resources from Mastercam to really improve your processes with tried and tested solutions of soft sample files, tool libraries, posts, add-ins, Milton, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so this one open for you to explore. And lastly, there is a forum. If you're those experts, those hardware geek, you want to get a hardware zone, but for Mastercam, there's a forum for you So let's say if you're interested about the burr tree axis, you can't wait to learn more, we can't reply you fast enough, you can always go to the forum and engage with the whole global Mastercam community. Okay, and lastly, you have early access to new features. If you're really on the ball, you want to get ahead and get all the new features before the whole software release, there is a beta program for those on the maintenance. Yes, this will be available to you. Okay, so these are all the benefits you get if you're on maintenance. Moving on, I would like to introduce to you, you guys will be familiar with the Mastercam licenses, but I would like to take this time to share with you the differences of the Mastercam licenses that we have. So I'm sure all of you will be familiar with the perpetual license. I'm sure all of you, or not most of you, are using a perpetual license. So what is this? The perpetual license, if you want to have the benefits of the Mastercam Connect, of course you have to have the maintenance. You need to be on the maintenance program. And something new from Mastercam, if you're on an old version of Mastercam, if you want to get back to the current version, now you need to pay a maintenance reinstatement fee. So as always, you always had to pay for it, but right now on the Mastercam side, they are stricter on this. So if you have lapse on your maintenance period, you will have to pay for all the periods that you have lapsed on. So you have lapsed for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Let's say it's 3 years back. Then you say, oh, I want to upgrade. Then you upgrade today. There's no say, oh, it's a cheaper cost. You have old license. You have to pay for the maintenance period of 3 years plus an additional 1 year. And this is a mandatory policy from Mastercam. We can't do anything about it, but here we are. We want to inform you about it so that rather than missing out the 3 years of the benefits you could have been taking advantage of, we recommend all of you to be on the maintenance program. Whether you upgrade the software or not, you will still be able to access all the other benefits. And whenever you're ready to upgrade a new software, I'm sure some of you have concerns, OS issue or whatnot, or training your whole team, you can still get the benefits of our support, of our training. Yes. So this one, I'll talk more about it later. And lastly, just to wrap up, I think perpetual license, a lot of Tauke here, they like to see it as an asset. And we agree with you, it's an asset. But moving on, we'd like to introduce to you, there is a new subscription license. So for the subscription license, as long as you have an ongoing subscription, you have access to your Mastercam license and all the benefits that the Mastercam Connect brings you. And with the subscription, you always get the benefit of being on the latest version. And of course, I see a Tauke looking at me. This will be an OPEX. So of course, all this, it really depend on what our company needs. We have run through with one of our big customers. Honestly, it's really depending on needs. Sometimes you might need a perpetual license. Sometimes maybe for shorter term duration, you might need a subscription license or sudden increase of programming needs. Yeah, so right now we have offered this too. I'm sure all of you are familiar, or if you use other software, there's a whole trend towards subscription license, but right now we still offer both options. So yeah, so if you guys are interested, you can always talk to our team afterwards. Okay, so that's all for our solution, brand solution portfolio, and let me move on to the services aspect that we provide from TechTown. Okay, so moving on, let me add on to the maintenance program that I've already shared just now, part of Mastercam Connect. So as part of the maintenance program, we saw that this is not really shared much with you all. So actually, from the TechTown side, if you're on the maintenance program, right now we carry quite a few products. As long as you're on the maintenance program, you'll get access to all our support with our TechTown industry experts to help you minimize downtime, maintain your smooth operations for all these solutions. And beyond that, you get the comprehensive training beyond the Mastercam on-demand training. You also have our own TechTown in-house training, which we have been conducting over the past few years. And okay, this is walk through memory lane for the past year when we have moved to this Eventbrite system for our registration. Yes, so if you're interested, you can always sign up for the Mastercam training with us. And engaging in the community, we have a WhatsApp and Telegram channel and our own socials. So if you guys want to follow us to keep updated with what's new from us, you can always follow us and find out more. In terms of community, we are still testing it out whether is there a demand from the Singapore base or I guess in the whole Southeast Asia base to have a separate community from the whole global community. Like we can build up our own community for TechTown customers, for knowledge sharing or anything, whatever. But if you guys are interested, you can always join us. I'm sure everyone has a lot of WhatsApp group these days. So if you're interested, then you join us. Otherwise, yeah, it's all up to you all. And moving on, I would like to share a few updates, upcoming changes we'll be making to our home maintenance program. It's still something in the works. We are still working on the details. But moving forward, we'll be moving to a credit-based multi-usage maintenance program to basically have a fairer usage of all the support and training services that we provide to all our customers. So for all our current maintenance customers, there won't be much changes for you. We'll still be providing you with the professional support and training to give you priority access to our support and training. And this will help you to maintain your operational efficiency, minimize downtime, maintain smooth operations. But moving forward with this, we hope to help you to have better cost control, to enable better budgeting, resource allocation for your updates, support and training. So basically this credit-based system would be able to utilize for the software updates, for your support, for your training accordingly. And with this, we hope that this will be a flexible option which will adapt to your needs. So the whole idea is essentially, if you come for training, likelihood you're more familiar with the program, you need less support. If you don't have time for come for training, you need more support, sure, you can have the support, but maybe you won't have enough credits for your training. So of course, then we can always factor this in for your different needs. Yeah. So this will be something that we'll be moving forward into 2025. We hope to be able to launch it. But yeah, can keep up with us, stay updated with us to find out once we launch this. Okay, and moving on, before we move on to the next segment, I would like to leave you with a quote of our maintenance 2.0. So maintenance is not an expense. It's the insurance that keeps your business running like new. I couldn't find any good philosopher that just said anything, so I asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT gave me their own answer. Okay, so moving on, in terms of the learning and development options. So in terms of training services, our in-house training, we provide all these various training for all the different CAM modules. But beyond that, on the online training aspect, if you don't want to watch Netflix, you want to do online training, Mastercam University has all the training that we have and more. So if you are interested, you can always find out from there. Of course, everyone has different preference towards in-person or online. So if you guys want, you can always take your choice and choose according to your needs. So there are also some updates to our training services. Actually, most of this, all of this here, we have already started to implement, and we would like to share with you. So for the past year, we have actually started with having a full year of training, annual training calendar. So hopefully this will help you to plan for your efficient allocation of our manpower. Previously, it was kind of reactive. Whenever you guys needed your training, we'll arrange. But this year, we have tried it out. We did a whole year of planning. We did our release of the classes on a month-to-month basis. And I think it's working out fine. And we're pushed through to do this for the next year. And if you actually check us out on our training link page, you'll actually be able to book for your training needs for the rest of the year, all the way up to December. Next, moving on, we have digital certificates right now. So last time, if you guys attended our training, you will actually receive a very nice certificate. But we have actually moved into digital certs. So of course, this is a more sustainable option. But with this, we have an additional capability. We have actually added a traceable unique identifier, which will help you with credential verifications if any of you need this service. And complementary to this, we have a training records database all the way up till 2008. So for whatever reason, if you guys need to have a certificate generated for your team, for yourself, you can always reach out to us. We can actually help you to generate an e-certificate for your needs. So I think the most common use case so far we heard from our customers, the programmer need to apply for PR, then they want to get the cert to use for the application. So if you ever have the needs, you can always let us know. And next, terms and conditions. So of course, with us providing this annual training calendar, this spreads our resources quite thin, and to make it operationally efficient for us, we'll be implementing stricter terms and conditions for the training needs. But this will mainly affect those no-shows and last-minute cancellations and changes, so as to help us better facilitate the planning and management of our resources. We don't want to just run with one training, one user, and then Michael just talking to the one guy. It's a one-on-one training. So we also want to become more efficient in this digital age. Yes. And lastly, training fee. So this, of course, is the value of the quality and specialized training that we provide. Moving forward with the whole Maintenance 2.0, this will be credit. You can just deduct the credits that you have for your training needs. Otherwise, right now, it will be chargeable. For all of you here, most of you got the Mastercam program through the PSG package. We offer one, in the package is actually one PAX. We actually provide complimentary the second PAX, but from the third PAX onwards, it will be chargeable. Yep, to help us to be able to support this initiative for all of you. Okay, and to wrap up, I would like to share a quote for Training 2.0 by Henry Ford. The only thing worse than training your employees and having them leave is not train them and they stay. Okay, moving on to support. So before this event even started, one of the customers came out and asked me, so what support do you actually, I mean, they were wondering what support do we actually offer. So I think this will be a good chance to actually share with you what are the software, the support services we actually offer. So essentially, it's troubleshooting on optimization, but if I were to sum up for you, it's in these 9 categories. So of course, starting with the license, once you buy our software, we can help you with installation and future management of the license. So once you get the software, we help you to set up, configure, and if there's any updates and patches, we can help you with it. In terms of the software, you want to communicate with your hardware, there's a post-processor customization service that can help you do. Toolpath, once you have your software, you want a machine, you get a toolpath, you want to create, optimize, simulate, verify, troubleshoot your toolpath, you can always get in touch with us. Data, we can help you with the import, export, translation. Some of you are working with customers, the customers file CATIA, SolidWorks, or whatever. We can always help you to do the translation of the data as part of a maintenance service that we provide. Error and crash, we can help you to do the troubleshooting and recovery of your software license, or even if your whole server system is crashed, we can help to, for one of our actual customers last year, their whole server system got hacked. So we were able to quickly get their system back online within a day and make sure that at least their production can continue running. I think in this day and age of data security, this is increasingly important. And of course, user, all of this software, hardware would not be possible without the user actually running it. So if your user requires some guidance, we will actually help you with it also. Hardware, of course, we have our machine and metrology partners today, but if you have any integration or troubleshooting issues you have with your hardware interfacing, we can also help you with that. And lastly, consultation. So this is in a whole different ballgame by itself. If you don't know how to do your machining, you don't know how to do it, how to improve it, we actually help to provide consultation on your machining strategy and your optimization. So of course, With the whole maintenance program, you get access to all these support services that we provide to our customers. This is not exhaustive. This is just a categorization of what I could think of while preparing the slides. But this should give you an idea of what we have the capability to help you with. And hopefully with the new Maintenance 2.0 program, we would be able to adapt each of these to its different complexity and workload to have a more flexible arrangement of the credit usage for all of you moving forward. Okay, so in support services, I would like to share with you a few new updates also. All these are still upcoming. We're still finalizing the details. But starting with self-service knowledge base. So we are looking to implement a whole self-service knowledge base for our TechTown, our own localized users, so that we can have a DIY approach for our customers. So this we hope to help you to minimize the communication lag time between us and your team, and eventually help you to have faster issue resolution. So of course, we are still building on this, but we hope that this will be a feature that our customers can improve on and continue to tap on in the future. Next, a service level agreement. So this service level agreement, this is a whole idea of what kind of reliability and speed you can expect from us. So we want to help define expectations for you on us, on the expectation of our support response time and eventually the issue resolution time. So that you have an idea of how long you can expect our support services to help you get back onto your operations. And complementary to this, the terms and conditions also will be stricter on this, but this is with the intention of setting clear requirements for submitting support requests. We have had many users send us a lot of funny support requests, just WhatsApp one photo, how or one text, how then you don't have any zip2go file, no Mastercam file, no problems. You don't tell us what's the problem. You call us, we don't see your hardware, we don't see your software. How are we supposed to help? So we'll be clearer on our support requirements to be able to provide you with the reliability and speed that we would like to provide to all of you. Okay, and lastly, support fee in terms of this value of the quality and specialized support that we provide. Moving forward with the new maintenance program, this would be credit deductible or chargeable if you're not in the maintenance program. And wrapping up, I would like to share with you a quote from Red Adele, firefighter and entrepreneur. If you think it's expensive to hire a professional, wait until you hire an amateur. Okay, so that's it for the sharing on the solutions that we provide. And I think wrapping up, I would like to just conclude with a few topics. So when I first joined the industry, I was a bit lost as to what is this whole precision engineering. So one of the resources I found was this industry digital plan, which is a digital roadmap to serve as a guide for your company as you embark on your digital journey. So stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 as you progress along. But I'm glad to say, as I look through this list, TechTown, we are actually covering 6 of these segments. Of course, in the probing side, we need to depend on our metrology partners for the hardware tools, but we are providing the software tools. And beyond these 6, I think today we have a new age upon us, AI. So the 7th factor that we can help provide you with. Okay, so with that, that's mainly the bulk of my sharing. And to wrap up, I would like to do some promotions with you. So in terms of this Cam Assist, to help you with the toolpath generation and cycle time estimation, this is the only numbers I'm going to share today. This is the pricing for the new Cam Assist software add-on. $695 for monthly subscription and $695 for annual subscription. And of course, with a subscription license, you need to be on the subscription to be able to run. If you stop, then you won't have access to the software itself. So of course, this software is actually quite easy to use in terms of plugging in and onboarding. So we'll provide you with, we help you with the setup integration together with your tools and your machines with 1 hour training. And then if you're on an annual plan, we help you with, we'll do a follow-up with you to check in with you whether you're on track. Monthly, your monthly term is too short for us to really commit anything much else for you. But anyway, we'll also recommend our customers to start on the annual at least. Try it out for 1 month. I think try it out for 1 year. I think 1 month is really too short of a time for your team to really get used to it and try it out. Okay, so this is honestly just a soft launch. Our team has been busy with preparing for this rollout. The focus today will be on the Mastercam 2025. We're soft launching this, but if you're interested to find out more, we will be having a webinar at the end of the next month. So you give us 1 month lead time, we'll work on this next webinar for you, online session, whereby we'll share with you capabilities of Cam Assist, whereby we'll be running through a machine demo. And we are in the midst of discussion with the Cloud NC team to invite the senior product manager from Cloud NC to do the demo and be available for the live Q&A. He will be streaming in from London. So if you guys want to find out more, get in touch with to really ask questions about the Cloud NC, about Cam Assist, do join us for this session. He'll be only be around likely for the first hour, and then we'll take over from there if you guys have any follow-up questions. But this one, the sign-up would be within the QR code I'll share later on. Okay, and lastly, with our the last promotion I would like to share with you of our CAD/CAM software suite, whereby there's a 10% discount for basically everyone. It should fit everyone's needs here. So in terms of the old customers who are here, who have had your maintenance lapsed already, there is a reinstatement incentive running. I mean, all this marketing campaign is running all the way up till the end of the year. Please don't come to us at the end of the final day of the year. Everyone will be busy partying already, and we won't be able to process. Past the date, it's all system already, all digital. We won't be able to help you with that. But if you have your maintenance expired before 1st Jan 2024, basically 2023 and before, you'll be eligible for this discount. It should help you to at least have a bit of a cost savings in terms of your maintenance reinstatement. Next, for all our new customers here, I guess not customers yet, our new friends here who have not come on board with us on Mastercam, there's a new account incentive if you join us by the end of the year. So, of course, if you are applying for PSG grant, then you won't be eligible. That one is already 50%, you won't be eligible. But if you're not an SME, or if you're not an SME, you want to just get our software, then you can always tap on this new account incentive. And if you're Tauke, you open up a new office, that also counts as a new account. So if you are expanding your operations, you can also get in touch with us. And lastly, for all of our customers, existing customers who are always on the forefront of technology, you want to get on board with this new Debug add-on. There is a 10% discount running up to the end of the year, and in the form of a subscription or a perpetual license. Okay, and I think that's all for my sharing. And I would like to thank you all. If you are interested, you can scan this QR code. It will send you to our link tree with our feedback form and the sign-up form for our Cam Assist webinar coming up. Okay, so actually there's one more thing I wanted to share, which I didn't manage to put into the slides, but something interesting to share with you all. Let me pull it up. Okay, we're not connected to the internet, so I can't pull up the file now. But otherwise, we are on track Okay, not really, we are kind of overrun, but I'll share with you the thing later on. But right now we are, it's 12:40. We'll take maybe 1 or 2 questions before I break you off for lunch. Any questions? And if I may, I also invite my boss, our sales manager, maybe Hans, to come down and help support if there's any questions from the audience. It's quite a quiet crowd today, as usual. But if you have any burning questions. Okay, so if there's no questions from the crowd, you guys prefer a one-on-one sharing, let me just wrap up here. Some housekeeping items. Okay, so moving on, we'll be going into having our lunch, and you can take the time to network with all the people in the industry right here. And after lunch, we'll be starting our hands-on with Mastercam 2025 for all the programmers, the users. And at the end of the training, the hands-on training, you'll get to go on the machine demo also. So not to fear, you'll still get to go see the software running in action. Beyond that, there is the second path, Group B, whereby you can get to join the machine demo and the AMLJ tour afterwards that the SP has shared. So this is the 2 paths you have ahead of you after lunch. So I'm sure most of you have already indicated during the registration. But for these 2 activities, of course, the priority will be given to our customers on maintenance, followed by our customers, and the rest will be on a first come, first serve basis. The hands-on, the computer lab is actually, they have like 23 computers. We squeeze some chairs. Some of you, if you're on the same company, you can share the computer and work on it together. And we can squeeze some extra chairs in if you just want to spectate. Yeah, we can probably take up to 40 packs, and we'll prioritize according to the priority order just now, as mentioned. In terms of the Group B, the machine demo and AMLJ tour, the whole machine shop and the AMLJ cannot take in too many people at once, so we'll be going in batches of 20 packs every 30 minutes interval. And Hans will be sharing for the machine demo aspect, and then the SP side will be sharing on the AMLJ. So if you guys want to find out more, you can always go. So as a base recommendation for those customers who are the Mastercam users, I will recommend you go on Group A. If you're management, the Tauke, you can go on Group B. If you're both, you choose your own adventure lah. Okay, so lastly, I think that's all, and I'd like to invite all of you to scan the feedback form. Let us know how you feel about all the new changes that we have done this year and what we have shared upcoming also. We have worked upon your feedback from last year, and hopefully this rollout is better for you. But otherwise, if you like the whole new format, collaborating with SP, doing a whole machine demo, all that, if you like it, let us know, and then we'll do more of it. Otherwise, it's quite a lot of effort. I think we really had to go through a lot of challenges to put this together for all of you. We hope you guys enjoyed it so far, and will enjoy the afternoon session also. Okay, and I think that's all. And maybe as an add-on, since we have an MRT disruption, if you guys are leaving, I would like to ask everyone, you can carpool with your colleagues or offer a ride if you're driving to people who are getting out of this Dover area to the nearest MRT station also. Yeah, your colleagues, or maybe if you meet someone new over the networking session, you can always offer the ride. Okay, so I think that's all. Scan the feedback form, share with us your feedback, and that will be where you can follow us on our socials. You can check out the brochures. You can also sign up for the Camp Assist webinar also. And without further ado, I won't hold you back from lunch ready. Thank you.
So here, I want to talk about the acceleration finish and 5-axis defer. So if the tool is long enough, you can sneak inside to a multi-axis defer. The machine is going to do the 3D defer. We can do from top, we can do under top, and we can do side as well. So 3 axis, the program is possible.
We actually turn this one whole book into our AML training.